So big changes are happening in Oculus lately, potentially changing the games that we're gonna get in the future. We have more insights about the brain-computer interface from Facebook directly and the direction they're gonna get in the future that is very interesting indeed. And the massive growth of VR in the 2020-2021 period. And yeah, we're also gonna talk about the Xbox situation for VR. Again, brought up in an interview. So, hey, Ty here. Welcome to the VR Tech channel. I'm sorry if everything is kind of empty around. There's a little echo in the audio, but well, I'm moving. I already packed all the headsets. I'm just left with the Oculus Quest 2 for now. But yeah, that doesn't mean no content. It just means, well, a little echo and an empty room around. And that's it. Luckily, when I get in VR, everything gets back to normal and doesn't feel that empty. But anyway, let's get to the video, shall we? We're getting very close to the end of the first giveaway for the Oculus Quest 2. We're giving away one each month till the end of the year. So be sure to check the description below for the link. Get in, so you're gonna be able to have your possibility to win one. And yeah, play with it. Back on the video now. Alright, so this one is very interesting for two main reasons. The first one is one of the biggest people in Facebook VR and AR right now just left the company. And the other interesting thing is that this deal involves also Netflix. What are we talking about? Well, we're talking about Mike Verdu, that was the VP of Games for VR and AR Facebook. So that means every time you get a new game, every time you get a new contract for a new IP or an IP used in VR from Facebook for the Oculus platform or the Rift platform, RIP, well, the decision went through him. And well, this person just left completely Facebook to move to Netflix. That from a report from Bloomberg, he's actually interested in getting in the gaming ecosystem and in VR and AR as well. Mike Verdu, as I said, was managing the lineup for the VR and AR content on Facebook, so on Oculus. He worked in companies like Electronic Arts, Atari. He was also the product lead of games like Command & Conquer, Tiberium Wars. I actually loved Tiberium Sun, but anyway. So while in this period we got many different big titles like Star Wars, Tales from the Galaxy Edge, Vader Immortal, the Jurassic Park game, the collaboration with Ubisoft to make a Splinter Cell and an Assassin's Creed game. Well, we also were in a period where we got most of the time just half of the games, where the idea was like, let's create stories where we just give a part and then God knows when we're gonna receive the second. Hopefully we get a person that has a better communication also with the community and is gonna be able to bring actual real games, full games to the market and not these just half part of games without a concrete lineup on what we're gonna get in the future. But yeah, we always hope for better when it comes to content, so maybe a refresh on people would be nice. Right now though, there's nobody there, so yeah, that is interesting. And also it's interesting the fact that, as we said, it's going to Netflix, and seems like Netflix want to start something like a Game Pass situation where it's able to stream games as well and not just movies. There's a big success with Game Pass. We're gonna talk about it a bit later with a story about Xbox, but yeah, very interesting indeed. Are we gonna ever have an headset with Netflix and games inside streaming? We will see, I guess. What we know so far though is that VR is growing fast. So of course the interest is coming out from different companies. This is impressive. VR this year was the fastest growing revenue platform in the entire world. So they beat entertainment, they beat games and stuff like grew the 30% from a year to the other. It is absolutely impressive. The majority of the revenue was, of course, brought in by games and stuff. So yeah, let's dive back to the first stories, but also from the fact that the sales of VR headsets, in particular the Oculus Quest 2, just skyrocketed at the end of 2020 till this period in 2021. Changing completely the VR ecosystem. So VR is expected to grow even more, and as we said, many companies are getting in. Everyone beside one, Xbox. This is absolutely odd and crazy because Microsoft already had a VR and AR platform. AR with HoloLens, and they're kind of the leaders with that. And in VR, we have Windows Mixed Reality that had a big success with the HP Reverb G2 lately, even if we lost many different brands that we have in the past. But the particular thing is that Phil Spencer, the CEO of Xbox, said already again that they're not interested in VR right now, that the Oculus Quest 2 is the best way to experience VR, and console VR is not something they're interested in right now. They're focusing more on games, and that's what they're doing, and games that are not part of VR. But at the same way, they said that they have some interest in bringing Game Pass in some way or form to the VR platform. What does it mean? Well, it could be just an easy application on Android, like we have on our phone, to play Game Pass with the Oculus Quest 2, maybe in a big screen and stuff like we had in the first application for Xbox on the Oculus Rift platform, or maybe in the future be able to stream VR games directly from the Xbox servers. Now, we don't have games, even if Xbox actually owns different VR games, like now owning Bethesda, they have Fallout VR, Skyrim VR. With Ninja Theory, they have Hellblade VR. I just don't want to see the same situation where they lost the train, like with Windows Phone. When it came out too late, and now they're probably gonna get out too late also for Windows Mixed Reality for Xbox in the console market or the standalone headset. And with PSVR coming out next year, probably, they need to do something because the competition is not waiting. But hey, that's it for bad news. Let's talk about something very cool indeed. Do you remember brain-human interface, the way to read your brain with little accessories that don't really have to get in your brain directly? Well, of course, Facebook is working on it. No doubt about it, right? But the interesting thing is they're actually opening everything in an open source way. So that means that everyone will be able to access to all the researches that they did on this particular topic. And the research on Facebook was very advanced. They even created a wearable prototype. They used near-infrared light to measure blood oxygenation in the brain or explore new methods for sensing tissue movement. They could potentially redefine the boundaries on what's possible to sense from the brain, not invasively. So they can actually see the movement of your tissue in the brain and understand what you're doing. That's creepy, that's weird, but yeah, now it's gonna be all open source. Why? Because Facebook is actually focusing more on their first thing that we saw in the past from CTR Lab. With that, they're gonna be able to read the stimulus from your hands and something without even moving your hands. And that's absolutely amazing for accessibility, and it's great for the use of the VR on a AR headset when you're around and you don't need to move at all to actually have an input. You don't need to talk, you just need to think about it, and that is gonna happen. Brain-computer interface is going to be a pillar of VR and AR in the future. We know that because every company is working on it. Valve is working on the same thing for the Valve Index and such. We have small companies like NextMind VR doing their own thing. Facebook, of course, is behind it. Microsoft is behind it. So everyone is actually trying to find a way to tap in the brain to do interaction instead of using our hands and stuff. But yeah, when it's going to arrive, we're still talking about pretty far future when it comes to using our brain directly, but the first interface can come sooner than what we expect, because there's a project that was going on from pretty long indeed already. So yeah, I'm very excited to see what is going to arrive in the future. We saw some demos and representations from Facebook directly, but yeah, the thing that they went open source for the brain-computer interface also helps to don't be too scared about what Facebook is doing. Like, hey, we have nothing to hide, but yeah, still Facebook, still data mining company, so yeah. Anyway guys, that was all. I wanted to do a roundup video because this week was actually very interesting for VR. Many different news came out that really are gonna change the spectrum of what we see and what we're gonna have in the future. Now about the move, I'm gonna keep you updated on everything, of course. But yeah, so far I hope the audio wasn't that bad. Maybe next time I'm gonna put the microphone even closer so there's less echo. But yeah, soon the background is gonna change and new chapter indeed. Very excited for it. But anyway guys, as always, if you like the video, like. If you didn't like the video, dislike. Subscribe to the channel for more VR tech. And if you really love the channel, so join the button down there. Little and further, also the Patreon with prior access to videos. At the same time, we have t-shirt, sticker, mask 2021 item number 1. And yeah, that's all. There's also the giveaway, so check it out. Thanks so much all the patrons. And yeah, like, dislike, subscribe. See you guys next video. Thanks for watching.